My name is Sue Seifert. I've lived in Madison all my life until 2020. I decided to move to Lake Delton and remodeled a little condo up there. So I so wish I could have been involved in the Greek life. That was not an option. I was working in events for Summit Credit Union, doing all corporate on-site and off-site events. My brother Joe works for the city of Madison in fire inspection, and it was something he probably had been mentioning to me for the last 5 years. But at that time, I was pretty happy in my position at Summit Credit Union, and but it was always in the back of my mind. He said, "I think this would be a perfect fit for you." I visited Alpha Chi Omega and met with Shirley, the house director at that time. And she gave me a nice tour and kind of filled me in, because after my brother had shared that, I said I need to learn, more details about the actual job. And I thought it was fascinating that this many girls lived in the house. Here at Kappa Alpha Theta, it's a smaller house, and that definitely was something that I was more comfortable with. That way I could get to know the girls a little bit more on a personal level. I moved in spring of 2023, just after spring break. I was so nervous to meet all of the girls, and I decided that little goodie bags would be great as they were coming back from a fabulous spring break. Overall, I think the biggest thing is we have to really get to know how one another lives in the house and following the house rules. To be completely honest, I was nervous because I wanted to start in the fall with a new group of girls, and I didn't know how these girls were going to, receive me, and would they be open. I think what makes me different is I am a little bit a true house mom, and that I'm very caring. And so I may want to get a little bit closer than some of the other house moms. They've said to me, don't become friends. And I don't use the word friends per se. I just want them to feel that they're very safe, and that I do truly care if they've had a good day or if they've had a bad day, or if they're struggling with something. I hope they feel comfortable enough to come to me, and I hope that I send that message. And that's something I'm working on this fall with the girls. That will always be a struggle every year, like how I to know all the girls' names. I think, again, in the spring, I was so nervous to move in and to get to know this group of girls, but they embraced me more than I could have ever expected. And as we were starting to pack up and they were starting to go home, we had the new kitchen remodel that was happening, and they needed my help. And so I oftentimes kept running upstairs to see, about saying goodbye. And I know that that's probably not possible that I can be, there always to say goodbye. But when I met Mia, she was definitely one of the girls that would say, why do you think we should do that, or why did you want to do it that way? And she would challenge me a bit, but in a soft. She was soft about it. But I'm like, she doesn't really like me, or she's struggling with my ideas. And so on the day she moved out, she came down the side entry door of the kitchen, which the girls really are not allowed to use, but we had it open, and she heard that I was down there removing a lot of the kitchen equipment that we were no longer going to be using, and found me, and she said, "I couldn't leave and not say goodbye to you." And the hug she gave me, and she said, "You are just the best house mom ever, and I just want you to know that." And we cried, and I thought, oh, and you were my hardest girl. And so that memory will always stay with me. And overall, I love being a house mom. I think it's a fantastic job, and I'm enjoying having the school year schedule as well. And I just really enjoy the overall energy, being around the girls, and Theta girls especially. I think are exceptional.